Introduction by Michael Horn. 2012, What We Have Brought Upon Ourselves. In the following transcript of Billy Meier's conversation with Ptaah on February 3, 2009, information regarding the much publicized and feared catastrophic events now being associated with 2012 are discussed and clarified. Perhaps even more importantly, the truth about the actual depth of our climatic/environmental problems and the direct link to the role of the endlessly greedy corporations and multinational corporations in denying it is plainly stated. Also covered is how human thinking, especially the apocalyptic, fearful thinking prevalent among members of various fundamentalist groups, creates self-fulfilling prophecies, actually helping to bring about the negative events that they fearfully focus on. Meier is on record as far back as 1951 in his warnings about climate change and the threat to our survival contained therein. And of course he also clearly pointed to the thoughtlessness of human behavior that could lead, and now actually has led, to our being on the brink of enormous, unprecedented upheavals and destruction. The latest news regarding warming in the Arctic can now only be ignored by the most foolish and deliberately blind of human beings. While the bought-off scientists and others toe the corporate and political line and promote the lies and denial, incontrovertible information about the effect of the melting of the glaciers seeps through, just like the waters from those glaciers that will raise sea levels worldwide. In the process of the glacial melting, the ever-increasing weight of the resulting great masses of water brings with it disastrous consequences, largely unforeseen and/or denied by most of our scientific experts. This will take the form of both releasing long-suppressed earthquakes, where glacial pressure once actually prevented them, and putting unprecedented pressure on the tectonic plates underneath the ocean floor, which also could lead to massive earthquakes, volcanic eruptions and tsunamis. See scientific corroboration. Additionally, the possible collapse of the Antarctic ice sheet would also lead to huge problems that would have a worldwide effect, including putting Washington, D.C. underwater. Millions of environmental refugees, predicted by Meier, would be made homeless right in the U.S. Routinely overlooked is the fact that we live on a completely interconnected planet where, according also to the laws of cause and effect, the negative consequences of ill-considered actions eventually arrive, despite our ignorance or denial of the causal connections. Not surprisingly, Texas is experiencing the delayed effects of earlier, frequent drilling. Such appears to also be the case even in Oklahoma, where 9 earthquakes occurred in a 24-hour period. It should be mentioned that oil extraction in Oklahoma first began around 1896. Meier also introduces us to other, very unexpected, global consequences of our neglect and abuse, which may even spread out into space itself. In addition to the following transcript, readers are advised to carefully study all of the warnings contained in Meier's prophetic writings and their ever-increasing corroboration. Unfortunately, many of the specific things he forewarned about, with the hope that humanity would awaken and take positive action to prevent them from occurring, are said to have now crossed the point of no return and to be predictions, i.e., unpreventable, inevitable events. Michael Horn. 476th Contact. Tuesday, the 3rd of February 2009. Billy says, besides, I would like to officially speak about the 21st of December 2012, because I am asked again and again about the meaning of this date with regard to the Mayan calendar. Admittedly, I know from your explanation what will happen on that day and over the whole year, but I shall keep silent about this so as to not be causing fear and panic-mongering. I was thinking, therefore, to write something about it in a Sunday bulletin. Perhaps it would be good that I am saying some things that I know from you, at least in some general way, perhaps as some minor probability or possibility. What do you think about it? Ptaah says, as regards the 21st December 2012 and the entire year, you can mention some things openly, but keep silence about those things that you were advised to keep a secret. If you are using the forms of a possibility or of a minor probability, then it may be good. Billy says, then I would like to read this here to you, that I already wrote for a special bulletin. Probably it would be good that when I go into it in our conversation you could interrupt me or stop me if I am telling something that should be kept a secret. Ptaah says, your idea is good, and, therefore, let me hear what you want to explain. Billy says, good, what you did explain to me regarding the year 2012, I don't want to treat as a prophecy or prediction, but as a possibility and a minor probability. I want to begin with a question that was posed to me. Question. What can you, Billy Meier, tell us about those things that are circulating everywhere regarding the Mayan calendar and especially the 21st of December 2012 when the world shall come to an end? W. Heaston, Switzerland. My answer to this. Regarding the question, I will begin by saying that the entirely nonsensical claims by all fear and panic mongers, who are prophesying the world's end or the end of the world, is absolute rubbish. Just as the end of the world, prophesied by astrologers, esoterics, know-it-alls and panic mongers, did not happen on the turn of the century or millennium in the year 2000, the end of the world will also not happen on the date in question. Such panic-provoking erroneous claims are, just as all conspiracy theories, absolute nonsense and a common thing since calendar calculations and certain and rare astronomical and climate-related phenomena exist. Claims regarding an end of the world always occur with absolute certainty when there is a turn of a century or a millennium. But the same is happening also if special astronomical constellations or comets etc., as well as special terrestrial natural phenomena, appear. These are factors which are used by the panic mongers, seers, false knowing ones and all kinds of end-of-the-world prophets to disseminate their nonsense and to frighten masses of people. Regarding the Mayan calendar, it must be said that the year 2012 will bring a whole series of quite special events, to which the central star of our system, our sun, will contribute its share, because on the sun's surface violent outbursts will occur and sunstorms are caused, which will be very intense and will influence Earth's geomagnetic balance. Through the very strong X-rays falling down on Earth, the magnetic field can suffer from very strong fluctuations. And through geomagnetic storms, power supplies and all electronic appliances can collapse. Also those in the satellites, and the ISS may also suffer great damage or may even have a complete power failure. Such solar storms may lead to enormous natural catastrophes, and in the worst-case scenario, to a polarity reversal of the Earth's magnetic field.